Welcome to Racing to Win, midweek edition here. So that means we look at Happy Valley on Wednesday night. 8 races coming up, and we've got a preview for you all right here on the show. Joined in the studio today by Paul Ellie and Tom Wood. And Tom, what can we expect? Yeah, there's a few good races coming up at Happy Valley on Wednesday night. Of course, Oktoberfest kicks into gear as well at Happy Valley. Looking forward to seeing what Joy Cumming can do this time round, but he's got a really tricky barrier draw, which I think is going to make it really tough from that draw of 12 and a bigger weight this time round. He's looking to make it 3 in a row, but it will be tough. Keith Young rides him fresh off the win on Carrying a Cheer. Paul Lally here as well with some news on jackpots.
Yeah, there's a not a triple trio, it's a 6-up win jackpot in fact, and that's 2.5 million. We had that big triple trio go off, 18 million last week, but 2.5 million for the 6-up win bonus. So never easy, but well rewarded if you get it.
Before we get into Happy Valley on Wednesday night, there's a big race coming up out of Australia on the weekend with a Hong Kong influence. Romantic Warrior's made his way down to Victoria to take part in the Turnbull Stakes, which will be simulcast here in Hong Kong, Tom. And we've seen him have some gallops around Flemington. James McDonald has been riding him, and here is a piece of work from him in recent times. Yeah, so this was on Sunday morning in the early hours down at Flemington Racecourse. He'd obviously travelled in from Werribee, which is around about half an hour out of Melbourne city itself, and looked to move really well here alongside Romantic Charm, and looks like he's settled in well. He's obviously been through a few protocols, Paul, but they're getting there with him. And I think Danny Shum was heading down to Melbourne Tuesday night Hong Kong time. Yeah, and it's all seemed to have gone straightforward by the looks of that, and fingers crossed that he runs pretty well on the weekend. Well, here is the man that is going to aim to steer him to victory in the Turnbull. It is James McDonald.
Yeah, he was good. He's had a good look around, and just obviously a bit of stimulation work, and he worked beautifully. I felt that he got on his correct leads lovely. He was lovely and balanced, and he will improve immensely from today's gallop, I would have thought.
You've had a couple of great wins with him over in Hong Kong. How excited were you to get him here at Flemington?
Well, I woke up pretty early without an alarm clock, so I sprang out of bed pretty quickly, and yeah, it was really good to get back on his back. I think he's an absolute damn good horse, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do here.
Did you feel any different today to how he has in Hong Kong with you?
Look, he was in Hong Kong. I was basically getting on him when he was at his peak of his powers. He's going to improve again. This was obviously an exercise gallop that will bring him on. He's got a lead-up run before, obviously, the big one, and that's a month away. So I didn't have much to do with him leading into a Hong Kong Cup, but I only did his last bit of work on him, and in terms of how forward he is, he was a lot more forward then, but he's definitely on track, and he feels great, and he's pulled up well, and he'll, yeah, like I said, he'll improve a lot.
The first of a Group 1 double coming up at Flemington this Saturday that Romantic Warrior will target as the Turnbull Stakes over 2,000 metres. And then on October 28 he runs in the Group 1, the Cox Plate over 2,040 metres at Moonee Valley. And joining us live from Melbourne right now is Hong Kong Jockey Club's very own racing rider in Declan Schuster. Declan, welcome to the program, and how's conditions in Melbourne leading up to the Turnbull on the weekend?
Thanks, Mark. Yeah, honestly, they're beautiful. I arrived just yesterday. It was 28 degrees and sunny. Actually, it was really, really warm, but since then the cold settled in, so it looks like we've got 2 days of on and off showers now, and then it'll clear up and be quite sunny throughout the later part of the week, but around 15 degrees throughout, so a little bit cold.
Looking for obviously a firm track at the weekend, because something Romantic Warrior has never been tested on is a wet track, so they'll be hoping that the weather forecast is spot on.
Yeah, it looks as though it'll just be dry and a little bit of chill around with sun, so should be a perfect track. Should be no excuses on the day regarding the course and the weather. Probably just be a little bit cooler than what he's used to and what you guys are living through at the moment, the end of summer over there. Yeah, it's pretty warm in Hong Kong at the moment, so he'll be happy with the 15 degrees. As far as his preparation has gone in Victoria, there's been well-documented talk about the feed previously. Has everything gone smoothly since he's been there? Yeah, for all intents and purposes, yeah, it has gone smoothly, aside from obviously the feed. He's subjected to a fair rigorous sort of vet protocols, so that's a little bit different. Before he left, he had to do quarantine in Hong Kong, so he was galloping on the turf later than he normally would. So his schedule changed a little bit over there in Hong Kong and obviously in Melbourne as well. But aside from that, Danny's very happy and James is very happy too. He's been working really well and they're hoping that he continues to improve after that Sunday gallop at Flemington, which was smooth sailing, as we heard. And also throughout the week, they're hoping that he improves. And then even out of the Turnbull Stakes, they're hoping that he improves again before the Cox Plate. So obviously the food's been sorted. He's now eating that all. He's finishing it. His appetite's back. He's happy. So it's all systems go at this stage.
There's been no concerns with him going left-handed. Of course, they race the other way in Victoria. He's handled the track gallops well.
Yeah, well, James McDonald just gave him a glowing report. We can see there, but he thinks he just thinks he's a really, really good racehorse, to put it simply, and he thinks that he'll be able to take anything under his stride. And if he continues to improve, this run and next run, then we'll probably see him at the peak of his powers in the Cox Plate. But even this weekend, it looks like it's a very suitable race for him, especially his first time going that way and racing in Melbourne. Obviously, travelling's, I think, it's probably different for a Hong Kong horse. They don't leave Sha Tin very often. He's never been to Chung Fa, so that's a different thing for him coming over here in new surroundings. But he's got his friend Romantic Charm with him as well. So all reports are that those two are very happy and the horse is working very well ahead of Saturday.
Just before we let you go, Declan, you'll have all of the coverage for us. Website, best place to find it. And who are some of his biggest dangers? Because we are betting on the race here in Hong Kong. Who are some of the opposition we should look out for to take on Romantic Warrior?
Yeah, of course. So it's a pretty good race, Turnbull Stakes. It'll be a decent field. It's usually a good guide for the Caulfield Cup, Melbourne Cup and Cox Plate. Obviously, that's Romantic Warrior's go, but a lot of the field as well. This is a prep run for them. Over 2,000 metres at Flemington. Romantic Warrior with Australian markets, he's currently $2 favourite. He'll probably stay around that mark, maybe get even shorter on the day. Solcombe, he ran really well last start for Chris Waller. He looks like one who's going towards Melbourne Cup. We've got last year's Melbourne Cup winner, Gold Trip. He's also in there. West Wind Blows, Osipenko. It's a decent field, but we're going to see Romantic Warrior go around a very short price favourite, and probably with that Whirlpool, a lot of that Hong Kong money will shorten his price as well. So I guess the pressure's on a little bit for the team.
Declan, thanks for joining us. Enjoy the trip down to Melbourne and Turnbull Stakes Day on the weekend, and we can read all of your writing on hkjc.com.
Thank you, guys. Take care, and I hope you're all keeping well.
Time now to launch into the meeting on Wednesday night, and it's a Wednesday night at the Valley. It looks this way. The lights will be flashing like that between races. C+3, 8 on the turf, of course, and it's meeting number 8 for the season. We get underway. Slightly later start time this week because we're back to 8 races, 7:15, and the 2 that we focus on, races 3 and 5. The Class 3 1000 and the Hong Kong Country Club Challenge Cup. Third race, Class 3, is the first we preview. Harmony and Blessed last start winner carries an extra £5. Explosive Witness, a 3-time course and distance winner. Kairos Dragon makes his Hong Kong debut for David Hall. He won twice over the 1,000 metres at Belmont in Western Australia. Sports Legend was a winner in Sydney at Kensington Track and Warwick Farm over the 1100. And we've got Super Axiom, the likely leader in the race, Tom, but he was a roarer last time.
Yeah, but he's one of the quickest horses here in Hong Kong, Mark, and he's likely to lead here with Harmony and Blessed in close attendance, Paul. But I do fear for a Majestic Knight, who is over 1,000 metres and drawn awkwardly. Yeah,
look, I think he's going to be caught wide for sure, Majestic Knight. Amazing Rocky, he should be able to get a nice enough run. He just struggles a bit in this grade. And then Heroic Master, Sports Legend is the first starter here in Hong Kong. Humble Star and Explosive Witness will get back.
Our focus, first of all, is Harmony and Blessed, who comes here in good form. Derek Long has a great record on the horse, and Nick spoke to Derek earlier today.
Derek, Harmony and Blessed, one of your rides on Wednesday night. We saw him to great effect last time out. You must have been pleased to get another win on him.
Yes, for sure. He's been very honest, and doesn't matter. He pretty straightforward. He doesn't need to be lead. He just sit on handy, just keep the momentum. He will fight till the end.
He's got a little bit of versatility, really, in that respect, hasn't he? I mean, he can lead and win off the front, but then last time out demonstrated that you can take a lead off of a horse like Super Axiom and obviously kick back and win. So you have options with him always.
Yes, well, of course, ideally we try to be lead first, if someone go a bit crazy than him, he don't mind to be second or third, and just keep momentum.
Does he make a jockey's life easy, given that he's sort of very much sort of like a point and shoot horse, isn't he? Really, but you know what you've got underneath you is a genuine racehorse.
Yes, like what I say, he's quite honest, very honest, and he won't do anything wrong. He just make sure he jumps sharp and go clean and just straightforward.
Have you had a chance to sit on him since that win, Derek, last time?
Yes, I've been get up him a few times. You know, he fitness is good, everything is good, and hope he can do the same. But this time he will carry the top weight, will be a little bit different. We see.
Yeah, certainly. Well, I mean, I look back through his form, and he got up to a mark of 83, sort of early last year. I mean, he could compete off of that, but I guess now that he is off a mark of 80, it does just make life that bit tougher for him.
Yes. Well, last time he win by a small margin, and now carry the top weight will be slightly difficult for him, but hope he can do it again.
There is Derek Leung on Harmony and Bless. Tom, we're going to move on. We saw Explosive Witness in that replay in the interview with Derek. Explosive Witness is also going to come up in this race because he's raced down the straight at Sha Tin since. Yeah,
and he's just been so unlucky recently as this horse. Behind Sparkling Night the other week, and you can see he's hemmed up there with nowhere to go. Finds some late clear air and able to get out. He's not won for over 1,000 days now, this horse, but Hugh Bowman, he's sort of the right kind of jockey, I think, that would probably suit a horse like this, Paul.
Yeah, because he's very patient, isn't he, Hugh? And look, the horse is one off 92. He's down to the 77 rating, so he's so well rated, this horse, at the moment. It's, as you say, he hasn't won for a while, but because it's just his racing style, because he gets back. You can see Hugh's got some really good rides coming out. I think Yichong Warrior's a good chance. Hard to have Vamos on a win line.
Very hard to have him.
Yeah, but you could have him on a place line. Explosive Witness talked about. June Planet, a last start winner. I think it's good. Excellent Pairs is a good ride for him as well. He's got the other two there, Compassion Super and Zone D, but I think his best rides are on that first page.
He was due to ride Unison as well, who Jamie Richards made a horse to follow a few weeks ago on the show, but Unison has been scratched, so his debut will be delayed. Here is Majestic Night, Paul. You've always had some time for him, but as we saw on the speed map, he's going to need plenty of luck.
Yeah, that's the problem. 1,000 metres from that wide draw just worries me a lot for him. So, look, I'm not going to include him this week. I do like the horse. I think he's very honest. But back to that minimum trip with all that pace underneath him looks a bit of a worry.
He's not in it for me. You can just see he got a little bit of a bump there when Dancing Code swished on by. Didn't make too much of a difference for him, but 1,000 metres traditionally hasn't been as go. He has placed in it once, but it does worry me that his best form is over the 1,200.
This horse, Tom, a newcomer, Sports Legend is his name. He raced in Australia 7 times for those 2 wins. Lesbridge trained him. Jamie Richards has taken over. And informed Vincent Ho will ride him on Wednesday night.
Yeah, so it was Lyle Hewitson on board in this trial down the straight, and I thought he looked really good in this trial. Obviously, it's not going to be easy. First up 1,000 metres, barrier 8, off a rating of 66. But when he did race in Australia, Paul, he was up sort of near the pace. But he has trialled well, and he's a horse that I think can run a race first up.
Yep, cheek pieces, tongue tie on. He's had those 3 trials. 11.49 pounds is the horse. Look, I liked his races in Australia. There's just so much pace here. I don't think he's going to be as close to the pace in this race. He'll be running on late, I think.
All right, with the exception of him and maybe 1 or 2 others in the race, they battle week in, week out, this mob. Who do you like?
I'm going to go with the Explosive Witness. I think this is his chance to win with a smaller field of all the pace in the race. Humble Star's best run happened to be when he was fresh up this time and last time, so just a little bit worried about that. Heroic Master will get a good run, and Harmony and Blessed should get across 2-6-4-1.
2 on top for me as well, Explosive Witness. He's a horse that I think is definitely ready to win a race. He's been so unlucky his last few. Humble Star was only just beaten by Harmony and Blessed last time out with the turnaround in the weights. Sports Legend and Heroic Master. He was just half a stride slow last time out. That's Karis Teton riding for Frankie Law. So 2, 6, 7 and 4.
And that is a preview for race number 3. We're going to take a break here on Racing to Win. Back to have a look at race number 5 right after this. Welcome back to Racing to Win. There's some colours on the screen behind us. That must mean one thing, that Paul's last run reminder segment is now up. And why is it Denfield?
Well, because I thought he missed the start at the start of his last race. He drew 12. He got well back. There he is there. Like, he was a clear way back. they ran a little bit slower as well in those first couple of sectionals, and as such, he just didn't get into the race. When he did get, I thought he finished off really nicely. So he's coming a little bit to barrier number 9. I think he can just be a little bit closer in the race, and he can finish off strongly. I thought he finished off strongly enough here, but it was an impossible task after the way the race has been run. I think this race will be run a lot differently, and I think he's definitely going to get his opportunity to win. And look, he finished off nicely here, I thought, and Mega Bonus, who did actually win this race, he set the sectionals up nicely and won well.
Being half a stride slow at the start as well cost him really dearly, because he actually cleaned up by, I think it might have been HZ Torby and one on his outside there as well, so it just went from bad to worse.
Yeah. And that was Lucky Archangel in the purple colours on his inside, who won last week. So Denfield race 6, number 1 is this week's last run reminder. Got a scratching in race number 5. It's Keep You Warm has come out race 5, number 2 for the Hong Kong Country Club Challenge Cup. Excellent Peers, a 4-time winner at the top of the book. All Greek to Me wears cheek pieces for the first time. Capital Delight, Happy Valley debut. He's had 3 trials to prepare. Euro Rocks comes to the Valley for the first time. Lucky Archangel is on a 7-day backup, and Tomodachi Kokoro has a hood going back on after racing last Wednesday night, Tom. And All Greek to Me has pace, but we saw Lucky Archangel and Tomodachi Kokoro also go forward recently.
Yeah, and both of them can get a little bit keen. All Greek to Me and Tomodachi Kokoro, he was quite keen last time out. All Greek to Me can pull along in front as well. Lucky Archangel's obviously got the apprentice claim, so he won't be far away. And Beauty Glory, I thought, stayed on well last start.
Yeah, he did. He finished off nicely. I mean, there's going to be a bit of pace in this race with All Greek to Me, so I think every horse will get their chance. And it should open up nicely for Euro Rocks to get a good run. Excellent Pairs, and Red Elegance won't be too far away either.
And Red Elegance is where we start this segment. Nick was out to talk to the trainer of Red Elegance earlier today. It is Jamie Richards.
Jamie, Red Elegance, I imagine, you'll correct me if I'm wrong, that this might be a horse that you're looking forward to this season.
Yeah, he seems to be coming along well. He raced well last time and then he just lost his way a little bit. But his last run at Happy Valley was good, and we thought we'd put him away and give him a nice summer break. And he's had the benefit of being up in Chung Fa, and he's trialled well up there a couple of times. So hopefully he can do a good job for the stable this season.
How do you feel that he has improved or come on for that time in Chung Fa, Jamie? What's sort of developed with the horse, if anything?
Well, he just seems to be a little bit more mature. His body weight's pretty similar, but I think just when you give the horses a little bit of time, and they've had a few races in their last season, they often come out and can improve. So we're hoping that he does that. But he seems to be in good shape. He's got a nice draw, so a few things in his corner for Wednesday night.
And those couple of trials, he did win one. He was third to Stoltz, who's now gone on and won a Group 3. So I know it's only trials form, but that said, he had trialled really well.
Yeah, he trialled well up the straight there. The horses have been trialling well up there. It's a little bit hard to get a line on their form sometimes, but as you say, hopefully Stoltz and everybody seems to be happy with where he's at and how he's going.
You mentioned that he sort of lost his way a little bit last season. Obviously, that final run at Happy Valley was a good one. We'll get to that in due course. But going back to the beginning, I mean, he beat Lucky Encounter, who's now sort of rated mid-70s, so the form's pretty good in the book.
Yeah, the handicapper didn't miss him after his first win, and then he sort of just struggled to find his form a little bit. But as you say, he's got good form around him, and hopefully we can see him continue to work his way through the handicaps this season.
And on that Happy Valley run, Jamie, he was impressive in the way he ran home. I mean, he really did attack the line and hit it strongly, didn't he?
He did, and hopefully he'll just be in behind the pace there from a nice draw on the tomorrow night, and hopefully again we can see him find the line well. We were tossing up whether we win 1,000 or 1,200 first up with him, but off the back of a couple of trials, we thought 1,200 was more suitable.
Has he got a lot of natural speed, given that you think that he sort of 1,000, 1,200 might come alike?
Yeah, well, he was fast enough to win down the straight here over 1,000, wasn't he? So he's got a short, sharp sort of action. Looks like he's got a bit of pace, and hopefully we can see that again.
There he is, trainer of Red Elegance, Jamie Richards. Our first replay, though, Paul, features a horse that was placed first up, as he was at his first start in Hong Kong. That was Euro Rocks. Runs in between just so-so. Have you got concerns about second up?
No, I haven't, because he's coming to Happy Valley for the first time, and I think that's going to suit this horse. Just the way his running style is. He's by Swiss Ace. We've seen that progeny go really well at the Valley in the past as well. The way the race is going to be run, I think he can get a nice run midfield, so I give him a big chance in this.
Yeah, I've got him on top in this race, Euro Rocks, just off this run. Now, he did win second up over 1,400 metres in New Zealand. There's a horse in that race there as well, O-Liner, who came out and won it in the old price the other night too.
All right, so no concerns for the boys around Euro Rocks. Our next replay, Tom, features Excellent Peers running fourth. Another good draw, barrier number 2 this week, and he does love the 1200 round the Valley.
And he's good second up as well, Mark. Excellent pairs. It's been a wee while since he's been able to win, but did string a couple together last season off 65 and 72. So he's off a rating of 76 here, not beaten overly far behind Exponential, and stayed on nicely. So second up, I think, certainly a good time to catch him.
Yeah, definitely. Look, I've included him as well. Hugh Bowman will jump aboard, so a new jockey for him as well.
Couple of place getters out of this replay, Paul, featuring Beauty Glory, who jumped from barrier number 11 in this race. He draws 6, and you know what you get with All Greek to Me. He gets out and hikes along in the lead, and those cheek pieces are on.
Yeah, he looked like the winner at some stage, All Greek to Me. I thought he was going to just run away and win this race, but he sort of got tired late and was collared late. I can sort of see something similar happening in this race. I've got him in, but not in a win line.
Yeah, I did like the run of Beauty Glory there. Didn't quite make it into the mix, though. Brendan of Dallas picked up the ride here for Tony Cruz, and I've gone off All Greek to Me.
OK, that is the boys' thoughts on that race. Lucky Archangel, Tom, this is what'll be 7 nights ago when we race at Happy Valley tomorrow night, but he has to come back up into Class 3.
Yeah, which he's got a terrible record, to say the least. 11 starts, no top threes for him from 11 starts in this grade, and he was unlucky 2 starts ago, wasn't he, Paul? But he atoned, found the right race. I'm not sure this is it this time round.
No, look, I've left him out in this. I just think this is a little bit too rich for him, as his record shows, so I didn't quite get him in.
We've seen Casper, Paul, throughout the season not trial these horses prior to their resumption. Lyrical Motion late in the program is an example. Well, Capital Delight is not, because he's been given 3 trials.
Yeah, so he's been given plenty to get ready for this. He'll get back, he'll run on. He's only had the 3 starts, so he'll need to improve on what he's done on those 3 starts. But he does come here to Happy Valley.
He does, and he's had the trial at Happy Valley. That was a trial before this one here behind Global Harmony and Viva Schiller. He looked to move quite okay over the final stages, but he's been beaten a long way in at least one of his starts at the back end of last season, so needs to show a bit more on what he's done to date.
C+3 course in use, Tom. The inside draw has a great record over the 1650 and the 1200. There it is, 14 times from barrier number 1 for a 25% win ratio. We'll see the runners drawn barrier number 1. If they win this week, you'll get some value.
You will, and there's certainly some value around those runners through the meeting. As you can see, the stats really drop away for those horses that are drawn out wide. It's such a short run to that first turn, probably the best part of maybe 100, 120 metres, Paul.
Yeah, so it's difficult to win. You can see some of these horses, Miracles, Zach Burton will jump aboard, Tomodachi Kokoro, United Warriors and Melbourne Hall. So, you know, I've got a couple of them in the numbers, but I haven't got any of them on top.
They are the 1200 metre barrier ones. There are some 1650 metre races also. That is a look at race number 5. What are your 4 selections, Paul?
Got to go with Euro Rocks. I think coming to Happy Valley is really going to suit this horse, and he has had a run under his belt. So he goes in just in front of Red Elegance. We heard from Jamie Richards there. I think he'll run well. All Greek to Me will go the front, but I think he'll fade a bit late. And excellent pairs. So 6, 8, 3, 1.
Yeah, I've gone with number 6 in this race, and that is Euro Rocks. He goes in on the top. I think he's going well enough. Excellent Piers makes it in with his second up record. I said Lucky Archangel, not really probably the right race for him in terms of winning, but I think he's a place chance in this, despite his record in the grade. He's got the claims. I think you've probably got to respect him in a smallish field with just the 9 in it. And Red Elegance here, first up off some nice trials up at Chung Fa. So 6, 1, 7 and 8.
That is the preview for race number 5. Not far off the end of the show. It's time for the best bets, the plays and the long shots. Have you got another 30-1 winner for us like on the weekend?
I don't think this one will play 30 at all, no. I've got 18 Palms in the last as my best. The horse has had that run now. He's come on. His track work's been good since that run, and he just faded a little bit late, so it looked like he was in need of it. And you can see this run now here. He runs 5th, but he actually hit the front there, and he just sort of got mugged out of it late. Hamron had the had the momentum and went away and won nicely, and he won really well. And you can see him just fading out there late. From a good barrier draw, he's just behind the pace with that runner under his belt. I think he'll be tough to beat. Long shot, Little Fairy, he only had the 3 starts, first time here at Happy Valley, back to Happy Valley I should say. Last time with the blinkers went on, he went to Sha Tin, and it was a wet track. He still ran well, but I think the blinkers have really helped this horse, so I think we'll see a good run from him. And then the play of the day, we're doing one of the races we've already talked about, Explosive Witness, Heroic Master and Humble Star, a QQP.
Yes, for me, is Explosive Witness for Hugh Bowman and Casper Founds, a 4-time winner, hasn't won for over 1,000 days, but he's struck trouble certainly in his last few starts at Happy Valley and also down the straight we saw a few moments ago at Sharton. This was him at Happy Valley here behind Harmony and Blessed, Humble Star, a heroic master there, and you can just see there's just really nowhere for him to go. But Bowman should suit a horse like this, so he's the best. That is Explosive Witness, the now 9-year-old. Valley, not sure what sort of price he's going to be. He won't be a huge price, Righteous Arian, but I think he's trialled well enough first up for a wee while. Race 7, number 1. And the play with Righteous Arian, Watch Buddy and co-partner Ambition for Zach Purton, who is due a winning turn.
I think he can win also, Zach, on Durham Star, race 4, number 3, 1650 again. Ran on well last time, not beaten too far behind D Star, and he's got a 1650 metre win coming up very shortly. Didn't mind the trial of Flaming Eagle. Karis Teaton on board for an informed stable. Pierrung has certainly had his horses ready to go. His first up for the season is Flaming Eagle, and the play race 4, Durham Star and June Planet 3 and 2 in a forecast. You can see a breakdown of all the races on the website, hkjc.com. Click on audio and video for race-by-race analysis. Diary of what is upcoming in Hong Kong. Of course, Wednesday night is Happy Valley. We're back to Sha Tin on Sunday for a 12:30 start time. And then next Wednesday night, Happy Valley once again, 6:45 at Trackside Live. So it'll be 8, 10 and 8 as far as races go across the next 7 or so days in Hong Kong. But that has been Racing to Win, Tom, and looking forward to getting out to Happy Valley. Vincent Ho looking to carry on after a great day on the weekend.
He did have a big day, and he's likely to be riding Dancing Code coming up at Sha Tin this weekend. Paul, he's absolutely flying along.
Isn't he going well? And look, Youthful Deal back on the all-weather after running in that big race last time, so he'll be a lot more suited back on the all-weather.
And that is Sha Tin on the weekend, but we will see you at Happy Valley on Wednesday night. The first race gets underway at 7:15.